Thanks for joining us here today. We're here today with a winning team. WBO middleweight champion Billy Joe Saunders and his trainer Dominic Ingle. Sorry about that. He had a most magnificent performance and victory in Canada, Montreal, last Saturday. I've been in the game a long time, and that's one of the most dominant and significant wins I've seen from a British boxer abroad. In fact, I can't think of one in recent years, maybe other than Tyson Fury against Klitschko, where a British boxer's been so dominant. And I just think Bill was just outstanding and finally showed the world what he's got, what he can do when he's 100% right. So, you know, for me, bar none, the outstanding performance of the year. I think it was just magnificent. In the other guy's backyard, all the fans were against him. It was a hostile environment. He wasn't fazed by any of that. He proved that he is a traveller, and proved he was a traveller by going to the other guy's backyard and doing what he had to do. Anyway, we've got to build on that now, and next year Bill will be out in the spring. We're working on a few opponents, and we'll be making an announcement on his opponent within the next week or so, just after Christmas. And hopefully that fight will be in London. And as I say, work on that, we'll give you news on it. Just before we speak to Bill and to Dominic, I just want to tell you what we've got happening in the new year. On the 10th of February, we're at the Copper Box, and Zolandi Teti will be defending his title on the bill against Hernandez from Argentina. Teti's become a bit of a Brit now. He's based over here, and he's probably, for me, he's one of the pound-for-pound best in the world. Got a great undercard on there featuring all our great prospects, Daniel Dubois, Anthony Yard, and many of our other young kids. On the 7th of April, we'll be in Belfast, where Carl Frampton will be fighting Donaire. It's a real cracking fight, that. It's a big, good fight for him. And we'll be giving further details of that again in the new year. Selby Warrington is a done deal. That's signed. We'll be announcing the date for that again in the next few weeks. That will take place in Leeds. We've also done a deal for the UK for Terry Flanagan, who's fighting Maurice Hooker for the vacant light welterweight title. Again, we'll be giving the date for that in the new year. Liam Smith, we're in negotiations at the moment with Saddam Ali, the new champion, to beat Cotto. And we again will be announcing what's happening with that soon. So we've got 6 world title fights that we're announcing right now, and there'll be plenty more to come over the next few weeks. Jewel in the crown, this man here, as I say, we'll be also giving you further details who Bill will be fighting. It won't be Canelo, and it won't be Golovkin, because I believe that they will sign to fight for the 5th of May. If they don't, then Bill will jump in, but it looks like that deal's made. But Bill has got to be kept busy, he's got to keep working, he's got to capitalise on what he's done, and this new regime he's got with Dominic. They've got a fantastic understanding together, and it's great to see that, you know, that all our faith in Bill has paid off in the performances he delivered, and I know that's the first of many great performances we've got to see to come. Sorry, we will see in the future. You've got some questions to ask? You feel free to ask them.
John, first question. You told Bill to stick to the game plan and not go for the KO. Was there any particular reason why you wanted Billy to go out and stop him?
Yeah, you know, he could have gone out and stopped him. I believe he could have stopped him, but we didn't want to give, you know, any chance whatsoever. And you know, we had a talk before the fight. I said to Bill, the only chance he's got is if you're in the pocket and he clips you on as you're throwing a combination. You know, the skill in being a boxer is to be able to negotiate your way through 12 rounds. And if I had to put my money on whether Bill's a boxer or a puncher, he's a boxer. He doesn't rely on power. He has got power when he needs it. And as you saw in that fight, he rocked Lemieux a few times. But look, he's had a 2017 started off bad for Bill. You know, he was out for more or less 6 months. And if you look how he's turned it around from the Monroe fight to this fight, you know, it's a fantastic turnaround. We still need to get the rounds in. You know, we're not, you know, 3 or 4 rounds. He could have probably got rid of Lemieux in 6 or 7. But he needs to get the rounds under his belt. He needs to have the confidence, because, you know, Bill's more likely to box his way to a win than knock somebody out. And that's what we're working on. So the Munro fight, he did 12 rounds. It wasn't the best of fights, but considering what he had to go through to get to that point, it was a very good fight. And then he built on that. And because I knew, he was talking about Moyne Murray at Christmas or this fight or that fight, but I thought the way Bill's going, he's going to end up with a Mew. And he went straight back into training camp. And that camp defined him for this fight. He put everything into that camp. And the performance on Saturday night, he said to me, it's the easiest fight I've ever had in my life, because at points I went almost switching off. So we wanted to get the rounds in because Canelo or Golovkin, he's not going to stop them guys. They don't get stopped. It'd be futile trying to have a plan on trying to stop those guys, but he can quite easily outbox them. And the more rounds he does, he's done 24 rounds in the last 6 months, from starting off in a bad place. And that's what he needs. He's going to have another fight, maybe April, get another 12 rounder in. He doesn't want to beat anybody too easy, because after you've had a fight like you've had on Saturday night, it's no good dropping down a level and switching yourself off and not preparing. He's got to be building towards this big fight, because we're thinking this big fight for Bill's going to come around about September, which will be ideal. So the game plan was always to keep Lemieux under control, and punchers are always scared of fighters like that. If puncher can't land on you, it's always going to create doubt, and that's the thing we wanted to do. If he's going to face Canelo or Golovkin, we want to create the impression that Bill can do 12 rounds and avoid them big shots, which he can.